is up? What is up, YouTube? I am nowhere near ready. It is early in the morning. My team done popped this up on me. I'm going to be honest, I watched just a couple of snippets of it. Hey, there's always two sides to a story. Let me get ready, man. How y'all doing? It's early in the morning. Y'all know it's snowing outside. It is snowing again. I can't catch a break, man. I can't catch a break. Got my flip-flops on. Got snow all in my socks. But I still ran down here anyway for you guys. Check it out, man. The disturbing viral video is Shelly. That's the adopted mom, right? Is Shelly behind 𝗟𝗡𝗞𝗡𝗞 too strong? Now, let me tell y'all something before we get started. Uncle Mike has never taken any sides on anything P. Diddy and all this type of stuff, even though P. Diddy had got daggone 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That right there would make you take a side, boy. I swear I was trying not to take other people's side, Diddy. But there's a lot of things that, to me, Ali has said. And it's funny because there's been times that I met these guys, man, Too Strong. I met a lot of YouTubers and everything. But I'm noticing the questions that they're asking people, and the answer that these people give is almost like, well, you saying that police is, you know police are bad. Yeah, but not all police. Well, the police around my way, they corrupt. Well, how many corrupt police around your way? And they would never answer the question like, I know 3 of them or something like that. I'm just making it up as I go. But my point is, we got some serious explaining to do. Because if this little girl, I'm not saying she's lying, but if she lying, she's making it harder for the real victims. I don't know. She sounds very convincing to me. And I think she sounds very convincing to a lot of other people. And I think that's where the problem lies at. I think she get off a little bit. If you need all this much help, then go get some help and get off the daggone social media. That's the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? So without any further ado, hey, y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy out.
Many of you know that we have been trying to not cover, but been forced to cover the 𝗟𝗡𝗞𝗡 situation. And we would call it a debacle because it has gone from everything to it is fully believable to some massive discrepancies. And we've been kind of caught in the middle, but Too Strong, we don't get caught nowhere. We either have a stance or we don't have a stance. And we do indeed have a stance. But recently, a very, very, very disturbing video was found on Instagram. Now, this is what we want to talk about specifically, although we have a plethora of information that we want to put out, but we're trying to do this in phases because this is the only way to eat an elephant. Bite by bite. You don't take down the whole elephant in one gulp. You know what you're going to end up doing? Breaking your jaw. So we're not going to do that to people. So we want to tackle this particular video because it was very disturbing to the point where we have to separate it from everything else. Now, I want to also put some disclaimers out there. We have indeed seen many, many videos of people claiming to be the actual parents of 𝗟𝗡𝗞𝗡. We have not verified whether that is her mom and whether or not her father's in the picture. We have not verified it, although we are investigating it and we have multiple leads on multiple individuals that could possibly fit that bill.
Now, I just want to let you know that I have talked to Marlon and I talked to Coy. I talked to the Too Strong family. I talked to a lot of other YouTubers. And I'm just going to let you know, these 2 guys right here, if they say it, you might well say it's gold. If they say, well, we've been researching this and and they got some heavy hitters on their research team. It ain't like me. it ain't me trying to learn an algorithm, you know what I'm saying, and guessing at this mess. I'm guessing at it. But I'm honest. And these 2 guys are honest. If they feel as though this is what we found, we're going to double cross search it and everything. So they do their research, and I'm talking deep research. Good God Almighty. I mean, they get the right papers. They don't get copies of the papers. They go get the papers. Does that make sense? Here we go. I just want y'all to know that. Here we go.
We are not saying one way or the other because that is not our stance right now, because we are, like I said, still investigating. However,
still investigating.
This particular video, we want to tackle that video that we talked about that was so disturbing, because some questions were raised about the validity of what they're trying to portray in it. And we want to say some very important things about it. Now, if you watch the video, there seems to be a comforting factor is what they're trying to portray of this lady, Shelly, dealing with Allie. And Allie's is kind of in a fetal position, but rocking back and forth and very distraught. And Shelly's just kind of on the corner there, just kind of leaning out towards the camera, her body, but pivoted towards Allie, and has her hand on her and kind of speaking softly to her.
Mm-hmm. You're okay. It's okay. Jesus, 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 Jesus. You're okay.
The thing that struck us as odd is the why recorded. And not only that, how were you able to set up the camera in such a way to portray the kind of feeling? It almost felt forced, almost felt rehearsed, or in some ways, sorry to say this, planned. Now, we're not going to say whether or not Allie is under the influence of any kind of drug or not. We don't know. But what we do see in the video is that one of the individuals seems way more at home doing what they're doing than the other person. We're talking mostly about Shelly. Now, it's been said that she is the one that adopted Allie, and she's the one been taking care of Allie, and she's the one that's in Allie's corner and making sure everybody knows that Allie's in trouble and she's running from this, and she's always seems to be one put in as the good guy. We don't believe that, not in the least, not in the slightest do we believe that Shelly is any kind of good person whatsoever. We've been looking into her as well, and trust and believe us, the road is marred. Okay, her journey to where she's at now, it leaves a lot to be desired in terms of trying to look at her as the good person. So we're going to make some assertions here, and you can decide to believe or not believe, but you have to understand one very important thing. We are making assertions based on what we see. Okay, if you present something to us, we can only go based on what you present to us. And she has presented a very dark side to who she really is.
You're okay. It's okay. Jesus, 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 Jesus. You're okay.
We honestly.
Man, look here. I'm just gonna tell you what I would do. If I had a son or daughter or anybody, loved one, going through this situation, if I had to record it, I would be recording it for the doctor or somebody with help can see, look, this is what she does when she's going through this bull, right? I would be recording it for a doctor or for another loved one to see, not putting on social media. I think I would never, ever put this sympathy card out there like that. So I think they got a point. Now, if you're doing this so all her fans and people that's trying to help her to see what she's going through, but for some reason, people say they've been following her for 4 years. God dang, how much of a drawn out story do you need to say that when is somebody gonna get her some real help other than driving around in a van? I don't understand that part. I'm just saying that's what I don't understand. 4 years, I've been looking at this thing for a minute too, and I keep saying, I'm a fixer, man. I'm looking for a solution. I don't want to see nobody suffer. How do you fix it? Oh my God, this is ridiculous, man.
You're okay. It's okay. Jesus, 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 Jesus. You're okay.
It sure is funny when you start looking at it from the other angle, like Marlon and the Too Strong family doing. When when they start pointing it out and you're looking at it, oh, poor baby, look at her, she's poor baby. That's all you see on that side. But you start looking at it like, yeah, why are they recording this? And why aren't they getting her to a doctor? And you be like, now you're looking at the acting. I can see the acting, and I'm hoping I'm wrong. I hope to God I'm wrong. Miss Shelly, got some explaining to do. I don't like the way you talk to them police officers, like you wanted them to lock you up. Who the heck say them things that you was saying? What mama says that to a police officer? I don't care if they framing you or not. And everybody said the same thing. Yeah, I kind of like, Shelly was kind of really pushing the police officer. You don't sit the police officer unzipping in the Bible, and you got a nerve to tell some, you may not want to touch that, it'll burn you. Who says that to the police? Who says that to anybody? While they searching your car, shut up. What's wrong with these people, man?
You're okay. It's okay. Jesus, 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 Jesus.
You so worried about her, but you trying to get her locked up.
We honestly and genuinely believe that she is not the adoptive person to Ali, but more so the abductive person to Ali.
Wow.
We believe that she is the handler. We believe that she's also the person that is responsible for Ali being in the situation that she's actually in. There are some discrepancies in the time frames that she's been known Ali and having interactions with Ali, and what age she met Ali and what age Ali says she was trafficked at. And they seem to cross over with the time frames that Shelly says she met her, adopted her, and the trafficking happened. And if one happened in the time frame that Shelly is saying, it seems to suggest that Shelly was the one that facilitated the trafficking. Again, the timelines are not what we set out. These are timelines that they put out. So we're not the ones that's asserting anything. We are simply reading the facts that they put before us, and we are seeing that something don't make sense. Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. And the things that ain't right is the things that Ali would say about when somebody would be messing with her, and the time frame and age at which Shelly met her. There is a massive, and I mean a massive problem here. If Shelly really is the person that cares for her, she did a very poor job of keeping Ali cared for.
Hey guys, thank you for watching our videos. If you want to check out our live channel, the Music Recording Network Live, where we dive deeper into videos that we put up and talk about different things that's going on in the world. You can participate in our chat, or you can come on live. You don't even have to show your face. Go to our live channel, subscribe, voice your opinion, because we would like to hear from you and help us come up with solutions. Now, let's continue on with this video.
In this video, we see two things. One, Ali being distraught, and two, a person who's supposed to be protecting her, exploiting that distraught behavior on film. If Ali is indeed going through something, whether that be a trauma response from something that she remembered, or some sort of a relapse from a drug that she might have taken, or whatever the case is this: Ali is in distraught behavior. The last thing you, as a parent or any kind of person that says they're taking care of her, should be doing is recording it. The only purpose you can have for putting that on film and setting up the camera at the perfect angle is to exploit or to lie to the public. There is a bit of both, we believe, but more so on the exploitation side by the hands of Shelly. Now, she does have indeed a past criminal record. How far that criminal record extends, still sealed. We're still working on that. But the fact that she has stuff that is kind of hidden from the public light tells us a whole lot of her running from her past. And the way she's been behaving with Ali tells us, again, not what we do, but what they put out to us, tells us that she has a very nefarious motive when it comes to Ali. What we see is a person hell-bent on using the pain of another to gain for themselves either sympathy, views, or money that we don't yet know how they're coming by it. This whole idea that Ali's on the run, not really when people can find you. The things you post, the places you post from can be easily found by anyone that needs and wants to find you. You post an occasional video from a car with open windows and a very open scene of where and what type of trees, what type of environment. These are things that people who really want to find you can use. If you really were about making sure you stay hidden, you'd find a wall with no defining features, no telltales, and record against that every single time so that.
I said that like in 3 or 4 different videos when she got not pulled over by the police and they was in that shopping area. They house when it was a video where the guy jumped the fence and left a business card or something. He was trying to sell insurance or whatever. And he jumped my fence and she's recording and you can see the neighbors' houses and you can see too much stuff clear. And I said, up, you showing too much. If somebody really, they don't care if ain't nobody, they not, and these people are by any means necessarily to find the person that they want to find if somebody's looking for them. So I agree with that also. So that's 2 for you guys.
About making sure you stay hidden. You'd find a wall with no defining features, no telltales, and record against that every single time so that nobody can figure out where you are. That has not happened. We think it's by design, not by Allie's design, but by Shelly's design.
Yeah.
Shelly is the trafficker. Shelly is the handler. Shelly is the one keeping Allie under her thumb. We do believe Allie's in trouble. 100% we believe Allie's in trouble. We don't necessarily believe everything Allie's been telling us simply because her story is very sporadic. And we believe it's sporadic because she's under duress at the hands of Shelly. Yes, Shelly Carter is who I mean. We do not for a minute believe that she adopted Allie with the idea she was going to help, aid, get her to a better situation, because that has not been it so far. Name me one time you have seen Shelly or heard of Shelly doing anything to protect Allie. Not once. Not once. She's been in the background. But this particular video, she comes to the foreground and wants to present herself as the one person that's comforting. Oh my, look at you. Oh, you're rocking back and forth. Instead of embracing the girl, it's your daughter, right? You said you adopted her. That's what you said. You adopted her. Now, I have stepkids, all right? I have stepkids. If my kid is distraught, do you think I'm just going to sit there and angle myself to a camera and record my child going through a distraught situation?
That should
you
be
think
I'm
just going to put the, hold your crying for just 1 second. Let me put this camera up real quick. Okay, rock a little bit. Let me see. Good. Let me get in position. And she sits and she puts her leg just away from Allie and has only one hand while panned towards the camera. Nobody does that. No parent, first of all, would record their child going through that traumatic situation, whether it be self-induced or some sort of traumatic memory. There is no way you can convince me that somebody that cares for Allie would do that nonsense. This woman is an abuser. This woman does not care about Allie. I would go so far as to say she more than likely abducted this child. And all the trafficking that Allie's been talking about was at the hands of Shelly Carter. That's what we believe. The thing about this is it's very hard to prove because she keeps herself away. But this little slip up gave us a little bit of a glimpse into something that I think most people won't see. A majority of people on the video we watched, and the comments were like, oh man, we need to get her some help. She must be having a relapse. It's so good that she has Shelly around. How do you know it's so good that she has Shelly around? Did you not ask yourself why record it? That wasn't the first question that popped in your head? That as a caring parent, the first thing you're going to do is, and not just record it. Maybe I could, okay, let's run down some things. I recorded it for posterity for when we go to counseling so the counselor can see that she does go through these episodes. That'd be one thing.
There you go. That's what I said. You know what you're doing that? Counselor.
Keep it private.
Counselor, let other family members know. I would record it to let my mother know. What do you think I should do, Mom? You know, I'm looking for some help. Help! You're looking for help. That's why you record it, not to put it on. Let me see what the comments say. Ooh, you like that? You should see. I told you should have rocked a little harder. See, if you would have rocked harder, then we really would have got a lot of views. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing that. You know.
Posterity for when we go to counseling, so the counselor can see that she does go through these episodes. That'd be one thing. You know what you do with that? Keep it private. You do not exploit your child's trauma. Shelly does that. Shelly is more than happy to allow all of this. Now remember, again, we're only saying this and allow and make and happen because Shelly and Allie both say that this is a mother-daughter type relationship. We don't believe that either, by the way. We believe there's something more nefarious going on. We also believe that Shelly has been using Allie physically. I'm not going to get too graphic, but you understand what I mean, right? We genuinely believe that Shelly has been using Allie physically to please herself. And in this process, encumbering Allie with more trauma. And what we saw in that video was a snap. What we saw happening was exactly what Shelly thrives on. The snapping of her victim in a traumatic way, and she uses it for views. Because she's kind of like a lech for that. She wants to have the attention drawn to her of being such a caring individual when the majority of her life was never spent like that. Now, I would go into a lot of the issues that we've found with her. 3 different high schools that she's been to within the same year seems to suggest that it's not just, I moved. None of the schools were more than 12 minutes apart. It tells me possibly that you had some juvie issues when you were growing up there, Shelly. Maybe that spilled over into your adulthood, which is why you probably couldn't keep straight in any particular portion of your life. It explains why you've moved everywhere and all over the place to try and avoid, or it could be that you've been doing that because you've been also using other people as victims as well. Allie just happens to be the most lucrative right now. And we don't always mean money lucrative, but we are talking about finally you're being seen as the good guy. Spent your whole life abusing all kinds of people, but now you are the savior. You're the one rushing to the rescue of this black girl who's been traumatized through her whole life. She's been trafficked. She's gone into containers. That's what we're going to tell you, Allie, to say. Make sure you tell them you're in container. Tell them all the stories since she was a young individual. Yet still, Allie said at 15 she was trafficked, and Shelly wants us to believe that she's had custody of Allie since she was 14. I want y'all to make that one make sense. Make that make sense. Trust me, we have a whole lot more information that we will bring forward to you. But this video was so disturbing that we had to kind of give a portion up of what we genuinely thought of this individual. I'm not going to call her a woman, Shelly Carter. She's old enough to know better, but not smart enough to know better. This individual has been a kind of crazy kind of thing. Crazy kind of thing. It's almost as though, how should I put this? She knows exactly the outcome that she wants, and she's manipulating situations to make that happen. I want to just rephrase one thing that you might be saying, well, you got this wrong. When I say custody, I mean knowing her at a certain age. Custody at 19. That's what they say. My question is, why wait so long to officially make her your kid? But hey, who knows, right? Because, if it is your kid, CPS might step in. There's also rumor that you worked at CPS too. Is that true, Shelly? If you can clarify for that, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing, real amazing if you could do that. So again, you met her at what, 14, right? 14. Didn't want to adopt her though. You met her at 14, and was around her 14 to 19, but she was trafficked at 15, and you adopted her at 19. Yeah, that makes all kinds of logical sense. Yeah, I can. You waited until she was fully abused before you adopted her. Yeah. I can see that, especially now. Again, 14. When exactly and where did you meet her? What was she doing at 14? Not with her parents, obviously. So, no, you haven't come forward to say that. You allow Allie to talk about everything, but you're more than happy to put yourself in a video comforting your victim. I mean, Allie.
Go ahead. Don't say that. Don't say that. Go ahead.
You see, many of us want to try and say, okay, that she's bringing attention to child trafficking, and she's bringing the attention to what Hollywood's doing, and good, awesome. We're not negating what she's saying in terms of that. What we are negating is how much of what she's saying about her is true. How much of it is coerced out of her by Shelly. How much of her history and her damage was done by Shelly. Not while with, but by her. It is way too coincidental by us. We are seeing this. It's way too coincidental for an adult woman this much older than her. We're talking, I think it was like 27 years older than Allie, to just be deciding, oh yeah, you're in stress, I'm going to record this and put it on the internet, and so people, it's just kind of weird. You met her at 14, but you know she's in trouble because Allie said she was in trouble at that age, and you didn't do anything to get her out of it. You left her in it, but then came back when she was of age that she could have easily gone and gotten autonomy for herself, then to only that's why we say there's something else happening that's more than just adoptive, that it could be something on the side of a boyfriend girlfriend type relationship, but two girls. You get what I'm saying? So for all the people that think we should have dabbled in this, we dabbled. We were trying to stay completely away from this. We tried telling people, if we dabble into this, we are dabbling into this
deeply,
fairly. We're not picking one side before we investigate. We've said this before. When Too Strong investigates something, we investigate fully. When we come to a conclusion, we come to a conclusion unbiased. Truth is paramount in this. And if we see discrepancies, we're going to call the discrepancies out. If we see something that don't make sense and smells foul, we're going to call that out too. And we smell a dead rat. We smell something foul. There's something rotten in Denmark. And we are in business right now of making sure we get to the bottom of it.
How can you not want the truth? How can you just see one side? I believe Allie. Somebody in our chat, we was all talking, and he said, well, so you believe everything she says? And the guy said, well, I believe 90% of what she says, yes. No, the way you answered, it's not a yes. The way you answer is a no. Because the question was, you believe everything she says. If it's a 10% of the stuff she said you don't believe, then you have to answer no. You're the liar. I got the recording. He asked the question, do you believe everything she says? And he said, well, I believe 90% of what she says, yes. Like, I want this so bad to be right. I believe at least 90% of what she's saying is true. Explain yourself then, because you got a lot explaining over that, because actually you should have said no and then start explaining why. No, I don't believe everything, and let me explain to you why. What is wrong with people? You are biased. You know you're biased. And then you start researching all this information and listen to other people. Then you turn around and say, you know what? I think they are playing games with us. God dang, you so fast to stand on your grounds. If you believe that Allie is telling the truth, you should believe that she's telling the 100% truth with everything. You on her side, period. But that's not the case. Stop flipping back and forth. I'm still trying to learn all this stuff. And I'm investigating everybody. Oh my God, this don't make no sense, man. It doesn't make sense. Why are you recording this? Why are you sitting there looking like you're not a mama? You done showed me, just like Courtney done showed me. Hate to keep bringing his name up. He got thumb drives of Justin Bieber and allegedly Will Smith's son, and allegedly wrote this book. Where the book at? I don't even, god daggone book.
We smell a dead rat. We smell something foul. There's something rotten in Denmark, and we are in business right now of making sure we get to the bottom.
These type of people right here, when they smell a dead rat, I'll be like, well, what do you mean? Explain to me, because I'm a learner. I'm getting educated. I'm like, look, I got your opinion. I got their opinion. I heard what she said. I heard what the mama said. It ain't like I can sit down and interview these people. She won't even come on nobody's channel, man. She won't even talk to nobody because she's afraid that somebody's going to find her. Ain't nobody looking for you, girl. Not that. You ain't that. You ain't all that. There's too many other kids out here. They'll move to the next kid, I'm thinking. I mean, God dang, why they want you? What makes you so special that you need to go back into this thing? If they find me, they won't put me back in. Even she said the mama is going to be, girl, you 31 years old. Even, look, the mama said, no, honey, I ain't trying to get you to come back into my house, not until you take some tests. Make sure you ain't got anything. Make sure you've been out there too long. You might got a couple of fleas. You know, we got to take you to the doctor first. I want to help you, but you ain't coming in my house bringing all them fleas in here. She didn't say fleas, but y'all know. Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
We're not even halfway through the barrel yet, and we have found so much crap that doesn't make sense. It is unfathomable.
Don't make sense, man.
Again, we are not denouncing the fact that Allie is indeed a victim. What we're worried about is by whom. We are not negating the fact that Allie's parents want her home. We just don't know who they are. We've had multiple people come forward saying they are. We don't know that for a fact, and we will not claim it as a fact. But what we do see and will say and stand on is that Shelly Carter is a horrible, horrible influence over Allie. She seems to have not just reins, but chains on Allie. She seems to be the one facilitating all of Allie's trauma. She seems to be the one that has always been around every time Allie goes through something nefarious. And now the first time that she puts herself on camera, it's to the benefit of her view and to the negative view of Allie. Make that one make sense for us. Because so far we have not been able to.
Well, she been accidentally
Our plea
on.
is this.
The mom has been accidentally on camera or not, you know, every now and then she'd get on camera, but she didn't, you know, Allie asked her mom to get on camera when she was talking. Allie is saying, just in case y'all didn't know, man, let's go over some of the things. And this is deep. She said that our president right now, and we ain't talking about Trump. We talking about the one that keep falling asleep and doing all kinds of stuff. She said that he likes to smell the little kids. So she put her mother into the camera and said, I need you as a prop to give you an example. And the mother came into the view of the camera. And she started, this him, y'all. This what he like to do to the kids. And the mother laughed a little bit and then she got off camera. And those are some strong stuff to say to your public viewers about the president of the United States. I'm not saying that it ain't true. I'm not saying it is true. All I'm saying is that's some strong stuff to say. So you better watch yourself. If it's true, you better watch yourself. If it ain't true, you better watch yourself. That's all I'm saying. And that's all Uncle Mike always says, be careful. Things you saying online.
If you really want to help Allie, contact us. And I mean really want to help. Not help in your way, but help the way Allie needs help. We do believe that she's a victim. We do believe that she's in trouble. And we do believe that there are people out there that do love her, want to find her.
But she don't want
now,
no
trust
help.
and believe this. In all our investigations, we do have a way to find her. We can find her.
You hear that?
We're just waiting on some few other things to fall through. That being people who really want to help to come forward, including mother and father, the real ones, not the trafficking one named Shelly, the real one. We are not here to abuse any victim. We are here to correct the record. We're here to bring things to light. Too Strong investigates things differently because we are not centralized in one side or the other. We are focused on fact and truth, those two things only. We pick through things, we analyze, we go back and forth. We don't just take the first word of anybody for anything. So if you are willing to help, please let us know. If you have information, if you're related to Allie, if you say you care about what happens to Allie Carter, please contact Too Strong. We will be waiting, but trust and believe we have a whole lot more information to drop. And when that information drops, many of you will change your viewpoint of what is actually happening. Before this is all said and done, we will rescue her. By the end of all of this, we will get Allie Carter to safety, with or without your help.
Wow. That was... Hey. Okay. Hey. Dude. Y'all need to wake up, man. And I'm not saying, and here's the thing. On our live stream, we have a lot of people that has been abused by the husbands, I guess wives or whatever, they loved ones, by their uncles or somebody staying in their house. They done told their parents and the parents didn't believe you. So all these people feel as though that, you know what, I was telling people and they didn't believe me. So I understand how Allie feels, because they are targeting these type of people. I remember telling my parents the truth before, maybe for the first or second or maybe the third time I'm telling them the truth this time, and they didn't believe me. And I was mad because I'm like, I should have lied, because you ain't going to believe me anyway. When I lie, you don't believe me. When I tell the truth, you don't believe me. So I understand how y'all can understand when you're telling the truth and nobody believes you. I understand that. But sometimes you got to think, and how the heck you got into this position? You let that person come in your area, your private area, about 4 or 5 times before you finally speak up for yourself. I would have been screaming right from the jump, especially in my own house, and your people coming in here saying, shh, don't say nothing. What's wrong with you? What you mean don't say nothing? Help! That's how I would have rolled. I don't know. I would have yelled for my number one loved ones, mommy, daddy, if they ain't around. Oh my God, don't go to sleep. Do not go to sleep, because I will be on the news with that a machete, hit you upside the head with something. 3 times. I ain't gonna just hit you once. Why you keep hitting him? I wanted to make sure he don't get up and hurt me. Self-defense. It sure is funny how everybody knows the law, but they can't get themselves out of situations. Everybody big and bad. Everybody is so big and bad. Can tell you what to do with all your stuff, but they can't get their own stuff together. I don't understand this world, man. Or they should do this, or you should vote this, or why you shouldn't do this, or why you can't do this. They can't get their own sugar together. Come on, man. Y'all got to think a little better than this. I'm kind of disappointed in a lot of people, man. If you sitting over here going, oh my God, man, Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.